Okay, now that we have voices established for your characters, we're going to move on and figure out what the faces look like for these characters. Remember, you have three tools: voice, body, and face. In prose and poetry, body is less important because there's really limited movement. In the other events, the body movement is important, and so we'll cover that quite a bit later. But for right now, we're really focusing on faces. What we know about real life is that every human has a unique face. If you're close with twins, you can identify which is which, right? There are little differences. So every face is unique. The trouble is, you're playing multiple characters and you've only got one face, right? But each of those characters needs its own face. So that's what we're going to work on today. Just like they have their own voice, which has pitch and shape, just by way of review, you have individual specific faces for each character. Let me pause here and say that what I'm asking you to do right now is really tough. The vocal work in front of people, the facial work in front of people, all of this stuff is tough. If you're in class trying to do these things, these exercises, it's hard because it gets right to our insecurity. We don't want to feel stupid. We don't want to do things that are embarrassing unless like we're intending to, be silly. And that's exactly what we're doing here. But when it's commanded like this, when it's an assignment, when you have to do it, it feels awkward, and I get that. So it's important that we all understand we're all in this together. We're all rowing in the same direction. We're all trying to get to really high quality performances, so we're going to support each other. And yeah, there'll be some laughing and silliness happening with this, and that's okay. That's actually part of the beauty of being in fine arts, right? It's all fun. So you need to keep that in mind, that this should be fun, and don't worry about it. Like if you make a funny face and somebody laughs, great, you are making a funny face. So just like your voice has certain qualities, it has pitch and shape, your face has qualities, right? And it really, the way you need to think of it is just all of the muscles that are here can do lots of things, right? You can move your face in all kinds of ways. One thing to understand about humans, our brains have developed in a way so that we read faces very well. We can understand, there are things called micro expressions, right? So somebody may be having a bad day, but they may be trying to pretend that they're having a great day, and they may be really good at it. And yet there's something about their look that tells you, there's something up with that person. That's because of micro expressions that you don't even realize you're reading. So your faces can move a lot, and they can move, and by a lot, I mean very small amounts, and yet it speaks volumes. It communicates huge things. And so that's just a thing to keep in mind. You've got all of these muscles to play with. So it's just like any other part of your body that you're trying to train. Part of it is just getting in touch with the muscles in your face. So do a big face. Do a small face. It feels ridiculous. I just need you to understand that you have the full range of your facial muscles to work with. So it's a lot of paint to put on your palette, and don't be stingy. Don't go with like the easiest. So here's what I need you to do. Just like with the voices, I need you to go to each character, look at your notes about each character, and come up with, what face fits this person. Now, you may have already done this naturally. It's really hard when you're doing a voice for your face to not actually become the appropriate face for that voice. So you may already have done that, and that's great, but I want to set it for sure. So you're going to go through each character and figure out what is their default facial expression, right? Maybe they always start smiling, and then you go into the line and it may change, or maybe they always start like this or whatever. Come up with the default facial expression for each character. Here's some examples. Maybe one character always has an arched eyebrow. Can you arch one eyebrow? Maybe that character always is like this. Maybe one character, like if it's a bigger character, their cheeks are out, right? So their lips are out, their cheeks, and this is it, yeah? Maybe they're cross-eyed. Each character just needs a specific look. Now, if it's dramatic, obviously you don't want to go super silly, you don't want to go cartoony, but if you're talking about humorous interpretation, or your humorous monologue, or prose for like a children's story for prose, or a funny prose story, the more cartoony, the bigger, the better. So go through your script, find the faces for each character. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, welcome back. Here's your assignment. You're not going to love it, but you're going to do it. I need you to video yourself, just like you did yesterday with the voice memo. I need you to video yourself saying each character's name and their first line using their character voice, and their facial expression. You're the only one who needs to see this other than me, so you can take your phone, video yourself, airdrop it to me, and that's your points for the day. Then when you're finished with that, I need you, and if you have a partner, your partner, to stand up and read through your script one more time. Oh, and hey, let's not kid ourselves. This is hard. What I'm asking you to do is hard. If it were easy, there'd be no point in me teaching you how to do it.